The most compelling signal ever detected in the search for extraterrestrial intelligence lasted exactly 72 seconds, and it was never heard again. Not because nobody was listening, because whatever produced it either stopped, moved, or was something the universe made only once. And 5 decades later, we still cannot close the file. On August 15, 1977, astronomer Jerry Ehman was reviewing computer-generated data from the Big Ear Radio Telescope at Ohio State University, a telescope that had been running as part of the SETI program, the Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence, since 1973. Big Ear scanned the sky passively, printing columns of characters that represented radio signal intensity at different frequencies. Most of the data was routine background, the usual hiss of galactic noise and terrestrial interference. Then Ehman saw something in the printout that stopped him. A sequence of characters, 6EQUJ5, standing out dramatically from the surrounding noise. The numbers and letters represented signal intensity in a code the telescope used. Blank spaces meant signal at background level. Numbers 1 through 9 represented increasing intensity, and letters A through Z represented intensities beyond 10 times background. The peak character was U, representing signal intensity between 30 and 36 times louder than the galactic background. Ehman circled it in red ink and wrote "Wow" in the margin. That annotation gave the signal its name. The signal had characteristics that matched what theoretical physicists predicted an alien transmission might look like. It appeared at a frequency very close to 1420.4056 MHz, the hydrogen line, the frequency at which neutral hydrogen atoms naturally emit radio waves. This frequency was proposed in the 1950s as a universal frequency for interstellar communication. It is the most common element in the universe, and any technological civilization capable of radio astronomy would know it. The WOW signal was narrowband, concentrated in a very small range of frequencies, far narrower than natural astrophysical sources typically produce. Narrowband signals are associated with artificial transmission. The signal also matched the expected temporal profile of a source outside the solar system. Big Ear's antenna worked by letting the sky drift past a fixed beam. A true point source in deep space, like a star or a transmitter at stellar distances, would appear in the beam, rise to maximum intensity, then fade over approximately 72 seconds as Earth's rotation carried the beam past it. That is exactly what the WOW signal did. It rose, peaked, and fell in a pattern perfectly consistent with a fixed point source in deep space. Why wasn't the full signal heard? 2 reasons. First, Big Ear had 2 feed horns, receivers, separated in time. A real source in space should have appeared in both horns, separated by about 3 minutes as Earth rotated. The WOW signal appeared in only 1 feed horn. If it had appeared in both, the case for a genuine extraterrestrial source would have been dramatically stronger. The absence of detection in the second horn remains unexplained. The source may have turned off, faded, or been obscured between the 2 detections. Second, nobody was watching in real time. The data was reviewed days later. By the time Ehman found it, the moment was already history. Subsequent attempts to detect a repeat signal, by Big Ear, by other radio telescopes including the Very Large Array, and by dedicated searches at the same location and frequency, have found nothing. The signal has not repeated in any confirmed observation in almost 5 decades. In 2017, Antonio Paris at St. Petersburg College in Florida published a paper proposing that the WOW signal was caused by 2 comets, 266P/Christensen and P/2008Y2 Gibbs, which were passing through the detection area and whose hydrogen clouds could have produced the observed signal. Some researchers found this explanation plausible. Others objected that comets are not typically narrowband radio emitters at the hydrogen line and that the frequency and bandwidth specifics do not fit the comet hypothesis cleanly. The debate was not resolved. The signal's origin remains officially unknown. Natural explanations have not been definitively confirmed. Artificial origin has not been ruled out. The WOW signal remains the strongest candidate ever recorded for a non-terrestrial radio transmission, and it was captured for 72 seconds in 1977 and has never been confirmed since. The question of why we did not hear the full signal, why it did not repeat, Why only one horn detected it, why the source has never been confirmed, is not just a technical puzzle. It is the most tantalizing 72 seconds in the history of the search for other minds in the universe. Follow for more on the searches and signals that define the boundary between the known and the unknown. And tell me, if the WOW signal was a genuine transmission and it has not repeated because the source stopped deliberately, what do you think that implies about the civilization that sent it?